In this video, I want to talk about trading based on news. Okay, in my opinion, trading based on news is a mistake that everybody that trades Bitcoin, stocks, crypto has done in the past or in the present. And why is a mistake? Okay, but in this video we are going to discuss this. I'm going to explain why I think that trading based on news or letting news influence your strategy or your trading perception is very bad for your trading results. So in this video we are going to discuss that. Before jumping into the video, I encourage you to follow me on Twitter on @trading_soldier. Here, this is my Twitter. You can see that I am verified. And also I encourage you to go to my website, trading-soldier.com, where I post many articles where I explain trading strategies. Also I give my insights in many topics about trading, and these articles worth a read. Also you can find inside the article the videos that I post as right here that I'm posting this video that is posted in YouTube. I also encourage you to follow me on YouTube, and you can read and see images and learn a lot from these articles. Okay, why I think that trading based on news is a very poor strategy. Okay, if you think deeply what's a new like this, if you see the 5th of June of 2023, the SEC announces that is suing Binance and his CEO for breaking the US securities rules, okay? And this FUD, let's say, appears here, okay? After this FUD, we had a pump back again to 31K, okay? If you think deeply, what's a new? A new is just a piece of information, okay? This piece of information is elaborated by let's say a journalist, but before this journalist is elaborating this piece of data and publish it to the mainstream public on the mainstream media, let's say there are a few circle of people that knew about this news. Okay, the entire team of the SEC knew about this news. CFTC, a lot of people, there is a small circle of people that had this, let's call insider information, okay? And if you think that these people are not taking advantage of this insider information, you are very wrong, okay? Because if you are familiar with insider trading, you see that is a very common thing in high echelons of the society, politicians, people on the Fed, on the SEC. If you can see here, Nancy Pelosi, this is well known, is accused of insider trading from some trades that his husband has done. She has the insider information, he passes it to his husband, and his husband executes the trades, and she has not the blame, but she's giving information that he has, and she benefits from that. Also, the Fed Bostic, that is a Fed official in the United States, the Federal Reserve, also has been accused of many trades that he has done with insider information. If politicians are doing this, and also economists and people that have insider information, what makes you think that, for example, people that work inside of Binance, people that work inside of big projects such as Ethereum, Polkadot, the other day, I don't want to get off topic, but the other day an Ethereum dev, I don't want to show you the tweet, but an Ethereum dev sent 80,000 Ethereum to Kraken before Ethereum dumps a lot, okay? So this makes you think there are few people, very, let's say, circle that knew information that the mainstream public don't know. And these people, for sure, are taking advantage of this information. So how can we front run this and profit from this, okay? Because at the end, news, as turning into the topic that I was explaining before, news are just a piece of information, a piece of data. This piece of data is created to influence you, okay? If you read a news like this, you think, oh, this is very bearish. Binance may fall, may close in the US because of the SEC suing Binance, okay? And you get a bearish feeling inside. So this piece of data that is elaborated, that a lot of people knew about before you and before the journalist that is elaborating this piece of data and before the mainstream source that is publishing this data, they knew about, and you are getting this information late and also is influencing your trading strategy, okay? And this is because this piece of data is influencing your emotions, okay? They manipulate your perception via the news. This perception creates an emotion in you, and this emotion makes you take an action or a position in the market, okay? And when you're trading, the last thing you want to do is get influenced by emotions, okay? So you want to avoid emotions. It's completely impossible to don't feel emotions when you are risking big money in the market, but you have to tame it. You need to learn to manage these emotions and don't let these emotions affect your perception, because data, news are just about perceptions, manipulating perceptions to create emotions, and you take an action, okay? So having explained my views on what really news are, or on what really news mean, if we see here, okay, the news appear here. Here we have a big support at $25,000 on Bitcoin, and yeah, initially this news was bearish, but it bounced from support. We have a week or so bearish, but we are still at support. Support was not broken, even pierced. We make a little liquidity grab here at $24,000, and then up only, okay, till now. If we didn't have this news, okay, this news you see that are in this candle, the red candle here, if we cancel this news, okay, and you don't let influence your perception and your brain with this piece of news, you thought, okay, in the daily chart, I see that we are at a big support, here we see a big confluence point of rejection wicks, here also rejection wicks, okay, I will long here, okay, I will not go short. We don't open short positions at support, we open long positions, okay, we open short positions at resistance points, okay, but this piece of news, what has just done is influence your perception to make you short at support. What happens when you short at support? That you create with your stop losses a lot of liquidity above the support, and the price just bounces, short squeezes you, okay? So that's what I mean. Another example that I can give you is with BNB, okay? The same piece of news, the same piece of data. If you go to here to BNB, okay, you see that I don't trade BNB, okay? You see that this chart is almost clean because I don't trade it here a little bit, but who cares? Okay, but if you go here, you can see that the price here is in a range, okay? I'm going to figure it out, okay? If you take these points, okay, this is resistance, okay, let's take this out. This is support, okay, horizontal lines, just horizontal lines, horizontal levels, and you can here say that this is mid-range, okay, Control H, okay. So you see that at this point, when the news appeared, okay, the news appeared here in this red candle here, You see? We have swept the liquidity at the resistance point, and we are ranging here at the 200 EMA on the daily, okay? Just going sideways. The news appeared, dump. The market just dump and go straight into the support level, okay? This support level, you can mark it from these points here, before there, okay? So this level reacted, okay? This mid-range was pierced, but you have swept the liquidity here, okay? So if you don't have this piece of news, also before saying that, I want to go to the open interest on the Binance perp, okay? If we see this news was released, this bearish candle with the news was released was on Monday, 5th of June, okay? Around the 3 o'clock. So if we go here, we see that this is when the news was released, okay? Here is where the news was released, okay? 5th of June, around the 3 o'clock, okay? You see the date in the image below. So before that, I want you to see this. You see this open interest, okay? The news was released here in this candle, okay? If we go this vertical line, this is where the news was released. After this, a lot of open interest was added to the market because a lot of shorts were entering the market. But before this news, let's say one day before, the day before at the 11 o'clock, at the 23, we see that the open interest was rising from here to here, okay? What this tells us, the market was just ranging, okay? You see the market, the price, is just in a horizontal movement. At the POC, no changes, no bullish, no bearish, okay? But the open interest was rising. After this, dump, big short. This is just shorts filling their positions here. At the Binance USDT pair on Binance with USDT on the perpetual, they were filling a short. This is not spot market. So this means that when the price is raging and the open interest is increasing, then we had a big dump. Also, we had a lot of short liquidations, okay, but a lot more. Okay, if we compare this week, these blue lines are long liquidations. Okay, so if we go back to the chart, we see that here this week caused a lot of long liquidations, and these people is not liquidated. These people is short. They were opening the short positions here when the market was ranging 10 or 15 hours before the dump or the news release, okay? Because the news release was at the same candle, okay? That we have the vertical line. So these dots, if you tie the dots, if you see the parameters, okay, you arrive to the conclusion, you get the conclusion that there are people that have this information before you and they take advantage of this information. That's it. That is proved, okay? This is proof about this, okay? This is objective proof. I'm not saying that. Here is a chart that is showing this increase of positions when the price was still, okay? The same, if you delete this piece of news, here, what you do, even don't looking at open interest on Binance perps, okay? Here what you do, you have just swept the resistance, liquidity, okay? And then, here you go long or short, There's more probability, because about trading is always probability. What's the most probability you have here? To sweep again the longs, the heights of this range, or go down, okay? So I will bet short here, okay? But as you know, this is a very aggressive movement and you can never know. Also, this is the BNB example, and turning back to the Bitcoin example, if you go here, we had the FUD about the SEC suing Binance on the 5th of June, but if you go here on my Twitter, for example, I posted one very interesting thing that you can read here in this tweet. Okay, here. Okay, this is the same chart. This is BTC USDT on the daily chart, same. Okay, and if we go to the image, we see that this candle here, okay, that is this candle here, is where the news was released on the 5th of June. But if you see here, in this date here, when exactly when the Bitcoin price swept this liquidity here, pierced this support area and then bounces, that is this candle here, okay, you see this tweet of whale alert that 1 billion of TUSD was minted at Binance. Okay, so this is not a mainstream news. This is a piece of data, but this is a piece of data not published by CNBC, not published by a big Twitter account that a lot of people follow. This is a big Twitter account that a lot of people follow, but it's a lot of people inside of the crypto environment, okay, and is an on-chain piece of data. Not many people know what this piece of data is about. So if Binance mints a lot of TUSD, is because they want to buy something with this TUSD. What the market does just after this billion of TUSD is printed, the market pumps back to 31k, no pullbacks, just in a straight line, okay? So there are pieces and pieces of news, but if we also eliminate this piece of news, here you are at support. The support is not pierced. The support is not invalidated. This area, the price is reacting from this area. Always reacting from this area. Okay? So the price is reacting, is giving you wicks. If you go to lower time frames, you can see these wicks. Okay? You can see that it's rejecting. It's being rejected. Okay? When you see bullish structure in the price action on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, I don't care the time frame. This is telling you that something is happening here. You don't need to have this news, okay? So to wrap up all the content that I just created in this video, okay? What's the solution of trading based on news? So if you have been paying attention to what I'm saying in this video, just trade the chart. Just trade the chart, okay? Forget about the news, okay? Because if these people that have insider information want to take advantage of you, they need to take action before you do in the market, okay? So if they want to sell you or they want to buy, they will buy at support and they will sell you at resistance, okay? The difference here is that here they create a bearish sentiment in you, manipulating your perception by a piece of data, a news that is just being published. You get bearish, so you sell. They buy here because for them to buy, you need to sell. Okay, this is a market. Okay, you sell to them, they buy. They knew here the data that was coming out before you do. Then the market pump. Okay, so this is the whole point. You need to avoid news or mainstream news, and I'm in my personal trading strategy, I'm not avoiding news, I'm reading all this news. But I think, okay, this piece of news, okay, this piece of news, they are trying to, every piece of news that is published, okay? This piece of news are trying to create a perception about the market, okay? This is an objective perception, this is a subjective perception. These emotions that I'm feeling are emotions that are in harmony or in correlation with what the chart is telling me, okay? But here you have to have a precedence, okay? For me, charts are more important than news, okay? So I will look only at charts, and I will look also at news, but news for me are secondary, okay? If news are reinforcing my views on the chart and my bias that I have in my analysis on one chart, okay, I will take this news as valid, okay? Because I think, okay, a lot of people is bearish here, these are bearish news, okay, maybe I also see that a lot of TUSD was printed, okay, maybe this is time to go long because we are at support, a lot of fat is coming out, people are getting a lot of bearish, they are claiming 12k, okay? You have to work a lot with psychology, okay, here. And psychology, herd psychology, okay, with psychology with a lot of people in the market, you need to understand masses psychology, how the masses work in the market, and also you need to understand your own psychology, your own feelings, your own sentiments, how to take your actions, how to control yourself, and to be, objective. Trade the chart, just trade the chart, okay? The news might help you to figure it out how the sentiment is around this chart, this asset, okay? But you need to trade the chart. All the data you need is in the chart, okay? Because the people that are buying or selling before you do and before the news were released, they are doing it in this chart. So they are printing in the candles here in the order book. If you try with, or if you trade with order flow, you read the order book, you see these orders, you see the order blocks, okay? So that's the whole point of this video. Just trade the chart. Because also in trading we have a lot of assets to trade, a lot of crypto to trade. You have a lot of information, you have the charts, you have other charts with open interest, with liquidations, and we have just one brain. We are not a big algorithm. We don't have the computational power in our brain to put together all this data, all these random pieces of data to make a trade. So if you just trade the chart and simplify of all this data, and you simplify all this data, you will be a better trader because you have a lot of stimulus. Your brain is bombarded with a lot of data, information, a lot of pieces of in one asset. Here in Bitcoin, you have the 1 minute chart for searching the entry. You have the 5 minute chart, the 50 minute chart. Every chart tells you a story. Charts are fractal, but every chart tells you a story. What can be bullish in 5 minutes is bearish in 1 day, okay? And what is bullish in 1 day might be bearish in 5 minutes, okay? Depending on what your position. So even just looking at the chart, you have all the time frames, all the price action that the chart is telling you, all the indicators that you are using, all these zones that you are drawing in your charts. So you have, just trading the chart, you have a lot of information to take into consideration. So if in top of that you are adding news, you are adding events, you are adding tweets of other people that are publishing his bias or his views on the market, you will not do anything right, okay? You have your own bias, you just trade the chart, you develop a system that works and that you are confident with, okay? And trade the chart. This is the whole point. Not avoid the news. Avoid the perception or the emotions that the news are causing on you. Before placing a trade, okay, think, this trade, I'm positioned this trading market because I see the chart telling me, and I see confluence between the chart, the sentiment, and the news that I just read, or I am posting this chart, this trade, just because I'm impatient and just because I see this news released and I want to take advantage of this. No, my dear. There are people before you that have just taken advantage of this news because they have insider information. And you are doing exactly what they want you to do. You are buying here because they are selling you, okay? That's the whole point. So, as I said before, follow me on Twitter at trading_soldier. Okay, this is my Twitter. I post here many trades that I do. I post my daily trades, my daily views on the market. Okay, I post my ideas. Okay, and also you can follow me. You can go to my website trading-soldier.com here, and as I've just said in the beginning of this video, you can find a lot of value here. Free value, okay? Also in my YouTube channel, also in Rumble. Here are my social medias. You can follow me on Twitter, on YouTube, and Twitch. On Twitch I don't do streams because I don't have time to, prepare all these setups. And Rumble, I publish the same videos or that I publish in YouTube, okay? So here you have my social media. If you want to follow me, I will be very pleased, okay? So we see you in the next video.